Hello. All right, all right, all right. I think you can hear me. Can you hear me, please? Okay. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Speaking to you from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm excited to be with you again this wonderful evening. Okay. Um, okay. I'm super excited to be here this evening, and okay. All right, let's get straight into this once and for all. Um, right. So, good evening once again. How's your day been? Trust you are having a wonderful time. And trust you are doing good this wonderful evening. So, this is our 7 days challenge, right? Where each day we challenge you to do two things, or to revisit two areas of your life and make certain changes, right? And the first day we started out with um, sorry, I need to make some adjustment here to reduce my music. Okay, right. So the first day we looked at habits, right? And we also looked at personal. No, we looked at spirituality and personal development. The second day, which was yesterday, we looked at habits, and then we looked at visions, dreams, and plans. And I taught you how to draw a long-term plan and a short-term plan. I want to believe that you have put that to use. If you haven't, please do so. And if you didn't in any way watch that video, you might want to go ahead to do that. It's on my timeline. So you want to watch the second day, watch the first day as well, and glean the wisdom we have been sharing from those 2 days. Okay, so today happens to be the third day. I'm super excited about today. On your screen to your left, one of the things you would see is what was the quote we started out with yesterday. So I just put it out there to remind you again about what David Ben Gurion, the first prime minister of Israel, said. He said that all experts are expert on what was. There is no expert of the future. To become an expert of the future, vision must replace experience. Vision must replace experience, right? For instance, there is no expert as to there's no expert on post COVID right now because post COVID is still on. So everybody who would be an expert of the future must be people who have embraced vision, who have a clear cut vision of what and how their life is going to turn out. Once this season is over, and it's very important that you are part of those people. And how do you do that? By crafting out a clear cut vision for yourself. Okay, Okay, today we are going to be sharing on two things as well. And the first thing we are going to be sharing is on relationships. Relationships, right? Somebody wise man rightly said that you'll be the same person you are today in 5 years, except for two things: the books you read and the company you keep. I want to say that again. You will be the same person you are today in 5 years, except for two things: the books you read and the company you keep. So it will be safe to say that your association has brought you to where you are today, and your association is taking you to your future. Your association is the vehicle to your future, right? You can't be better than your association. I'm sure you've heard that before, and that cannot be overemphasized. You can't be better than your association. You can't be richer than your association. You can't be more intelligent than your association. You can't. It's the law of the lead, right? Because you would, if for instance, you are at level 5, right? Level 5 is your level, and you associate with people who are at level 8. In no time, what would happen is that if you keep associating with those people, they will rub off whatever it is they know and they carry will rub off on you, right? And then you would move from level 5 to level 8 over time to meet them where they are. If, however, you are on level 8 and you start associating with people who are on, say, level 5, right, what would happen is that over time you would also go to meet them where they are at level 5. That's how life works, right? And I'm sure you've heard the saying that says, if you associate with four foolish people, if you have four foolish friends, you'll be the fifth one, right? It's also correct to say if you associate with five foolish friends or four wise friends rather, you would be the fifth wise one. You'll be the fifth one, right? It's also safe to say if you associate with four poor people, you will be the fifth one. It's also safe to say if you associate with four rich people, you'll be the fifth one. That's how powerful association is. Association would always rub off on you. I remember the story Anton Robbins said about how he wanted to be a billionaire, right? And he tried everything he could to become a billionaire. He did extra hours at work, worked harder, worked smarter, like they would say, and did everything possible to move from being a millionaire, because he was already a millionaire, to being a billionaire. But over a period of time, some in about 2 3 years or so, he couldn't attain that goal of being a billionaire, right? So he decided to walk up to a mentor who was a billionaire and asked him, "A mentor, I've been trying to be a billionaire for a long time right now, and even though I'm doing more, I'm still at the my financial level." And what the mentor told him was, or what the mentor asked him was, "Who are your 7 closest friends?" And he listed them. And he asked him a very simple question: "Is any of them a billionaire?" And whoa, just like um, um, his eyes just popped open, and he realized that he doesn't even have one billionaire friend, even though he wants to be a billionaire. And he made that adjustment, went back home, made that adjustment, and guess what? In 6 months or thereabout, he became a billionaire just by changing his friends from millionaires to billionaires. That's how powerful association is, right? So, for instance, we talked about habits yesterday. So, if there's a habit you're trying to drop, right, and there are certain people you are still associating with who are carriers of that habit, you will most likely hit a brick wall and relapse or get back to your former habit or your vomit, because you cannot be better than your association, right? So one of the things assignments I want to give you right now is to bring out a sheet of paper and then write down the 7 closest people to you, just like Anthony Robbins did. Write down the 7 closest people to you. Now look at that list very well. I was, I was in an event, and we're asked to do this particular exercise. We're asked to bring out a sheet of paper and write down the 7 closest people to us, right? I wrote down the 7 closest people to us. And the next thing the speaker said is the next thing I'm going to be saying to you right now. And that's, look at those names, right? Look at those names carefully. And as I did, and I want to believe that you're doing as well, he said, you are looking at your destiny. He said, you are looking at your future. Wow. That was a shocker. Come on. How can this be my future? In fact, the people on my list didn't look like where I want to be. They didn't look like my future. They didn't look like the destiny I want to have. But you know what? That was the bitter truth. That was the bitter truth. So the people on your list are your future, or is your future. That's your destiny you're looking at right there. So if you don't like what you're seeing, or if you don't like what, if you think that those people cannot power the destiny that you want to have, then maybe you want to make certain readjustments, right? And this is the best of time to do so. This is the best of time to do so. This lockdown, you have ample time, so you want to reassess your relationships. You want to look at, are these relationships worth it? Are this relationship really worth it? Because just like Henry Ford said, your best friend is the person that brings out the best in you. Wow, that's powerful. Let me say that again. Your best friend is the person that brings out the best in you. Wow. So can it be that your best friend is not actually the person you call your best friend? Can it be that the person you call your best friend might even be your worst enemy? Right? And not in the realm, I'm not talking about the realm of intentions here. Because a friend can have good intentions for you, but the energy they might be dissipating, the energy they are actually giving out, their attitude, behavior, and all of those things might not just be the best for you. So actually, a best friend might have good intentions, but their energy, their behavior, their attitude, and their contributions might be taking you backward. You want to reassess that. To say, okay, this person I call my best friend, this person I call my friend, are they supposed to be on my list? Right? Because I'm sure you've heard the saying before. Don't allow people choose you as friends, rather choose your friends. Right? Choose your friends. Don't allow people to choose you as friends. I'm sure you've heard that before. But have you practiced it? Have you practiced that? Have you deliberately been the one to choose your friends? Or have you been chosen over time? For some of us, over time, if you look at your relationship with your friends, over time, you realize that it has always been people choosing you. You have never chosen people. So this might be a good time to start choosing people. So, okay, this person is just supposed to be here. If you're not supposed to be here, then let me take him out. Because you can't be emotional about your destiny. Right? You can't be emotional about your destiny. You can't be emotional about your destiny. So you need to reassess your relationships and ask yourself the critical question of if those people are actually worthy to be in your life in terms of relationship. Now, this is not just narrowed down to friendships alone. It might also be a family member. It might be a mentor, right? There are mentors, for instance, who are tormentors, right? There are mentors who are tormentors, who are not mentors. There are friends who are taking you backward. There are family members who are also dragging you backward. You want to reassess every kind of relationship. There are mentees as well, who might be parasitic, right? Who are just there to take and never give anything in return. You want to reassess those relationships, and in this lockdown, and say in this season of your life, and say, okay, this person needs to get out. This person needs to come in. Yes, because as you take people out, you also need to take people in. So there are people out there who you feel, okay, this person should be in my circle, in my inner circle, because this person carries something I want. This person knows something I want to know. This person has some level of cloud, some level of wisdom, some level of intelligence, some the kind of attitude and behavior I want in my inner circle, and then you want to reach out and go for these people. That's how deliberate you want to be concerning your relationships. right? Okay. And the second thing we'll be talking about today is family. Is family. Is family. And this is so critical. This is so important, right? Is family. And my mentor would say that your family is the most important nation on earth. Your family, the family is the most important nation on earth. Why? Because the family is the production factory of the society. So your family produced you, the family produced me, right? And this is a time where you want to pay attention to your family, because a lot of times, one beautiful thing about this COVID-19, one beautiful thing about it is that it has rendered everybody, or let me use a better word, it has caused everybody, right, to go back home. So everybody's at home, right? There's no other place to be, and this is very instructive, and I hope you are seeing it, because it just tells you that the most important, nation on earth is actually the family, right? So everybody has gone back to their family. The same family that you may have not taken seriously before now is a family that you have gone back to, right? That's how powerful the family is, right? So you want to reassess your relationship with your family. You want to make sure that you solidify your relationship with your family, because for a lot of people would rather do everything for people outside than do things for their family, right? So a guy, for instance, can be trying to impress a lady so much and do so much for her, and do nothing for his parents, and do nothing for his siblings, and do nothing for even his wife if he's married, right? And do nothing or do little for his children. But then when push comes to shove, it is obvious that your family is all you've got, right? Because these are people that will stake themselves for you at any time. So you want to reassess that. And you want to start building back broken walls. If there are walls that are broken in your family relationship, you want to begin to assess it and begin to rebuild those broken walls, right? So if you're married and it's been loggerheads with your spouse, all through the lockdown or prior to the lockdown, you want to sit down, use the opportunity to do a family reunion, right? To say, okay, let's get things right. For once, let's get things right. You want to do that, right? If you're yet to be married and you've not had a good relationship with your family, you want to reassess that as well. If you don't have a cordial relationship with your siblings, if you don't have a cordial relationship with your father, your mother, or whoever it is in your family, you want to begin to rebuild those walls, right? Because family truly matters. Right now, every nation is protecting their family, is protecting their borders, right? From external individuals and people. The same way, to just tell you how important family is, right? So United States of America, for instance, have said, okay, no more immigrants into our country, right? Because your primary loyalty should be to your family. Never forget that your family is the most important nation on planet Earth, because it is the production factory of the society. So you want to ask yourself, is my family a first world country? Is my family is my family a third world country? Right? I know a lot of times we blame the government, and then we say a lot of things about things not being right. But the question you want to ask yourself, because every time you point a finger to somebody else, four is pointing back at you, right? A lot of us will do worse a lot of us will do worse. I say it again, a lot of us will do worse if we are given the opportunity to lead a larger group of people or a large group of people, as the case may be. How do I know that? With the way we are even handling leadership in our families. So, is your family a third world nation? Is it a first world nation? Right? A lot of things you are complaining about the country. How well have you incorporated them in your family, in your little space? Right? So if you are complaining that this country is underdeveloped, is your family developed? If you are complaining the healthcare system of this country is bastardized, is the healthcare system of your family in place? If you are complaining the educational system of this country is not to write them about, what about the educational system of your family? Is it in place? Is it the best? Right? Can another family, right, immigrate from their family and come to your family, and find the best of systems that they can, explore, and they can find solace in? It's a question you want to ask yourself, and it's a question you want to answer. Right? So these are times to introspect. These are times to go back to the drawing board. These are times we have been forced to retreat. These are times we have been forced to go back home. These are the times we have been forced to, sit by ourselves, think about our lives, and re-strategize. Right? Remember never to allow any season go to waste. Never allow any season go to waste. Never allow any season go to waste. This is a season that you don't want to allow go to waste. You want to reassess your relationships. You want to assess your relationship, particularly with your family, right? And then we begin to rebuild and do things the right way. I really want to believe this has been helpful for you. If it has been helpful for you, I would like to hear from you. I would like to, hear from you. So tell me the comment section how helpful this has been. Ask questions if you need to ask questions. I'm a DM away if you need to reach me on anything. Please feel free to do so. And share this video as well. Let this message spread. Let people get to hear about this. Let people get to know about these things. And just keep doing the best that we can. This season will be over soon, but when it gets over, you want to ask yourself, how much did I maximize it? What did I do differently? What new thing am I coming up with out of this season? Remember, you don't want to allow any season go to waste. My name is Miracle Inhoma, and I'm excited to have been with you again this evening. Tomorrow, we explore two other aspects, that I will be challenging you on in this season. So please tune in tomorrow by 7 p.m. and we will be here again. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I leave you with this song from Hillsong. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Been an awesome time. This will be over soon, for sure and for certain. So be of good courage, be of good cheer. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful night rest as well. I value you.